You're listening to the Our Take podcast with Brian Sherman.
He had a full head, all the way till the end. It was white, and I was hoping to get that. I was hoping to get like the full head, and it was really hard to cut it off.
And Spencer Rogers.
To be a good pilot, you have to be able to make good decisions, and I know what my credit score is, so I know I don't make good decisions.
This is the Our Take podcast.
From Scary Parrot Media Studios in Ogden, Utah, it's the Our Take Podcast, episode 148. I'm Brian.
It is 148, supposedly. Oh, I'm Spencer. Right?
And I'm Danny.
Danny's
Danny.
here, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is March the 17th.
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day or Patty's Day. I learned that you're not supposed to say St. Patty's. It's either St. Patrick's Day or Patty's Day. But if
Why?
you fucking combine the two...
I never
If
felt
you
right about
combine the
patties
two-
anyways.
No, they're okay with it.
Yeah.
Who's
By
okay
they,
with
I
it?
mean the Irish.
I didn't even think it was an Irish thing. I think it was an us thing.
No, it's an Irish holiday.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Leprechauns and stuff.
I'm sure. I don't think it's an American. We don't make up holidays here, man.
No.
We
I'm
steal them
sorry.
from the
Should I
penguins.
leave?
When was the last holiday that we made up?
The 4th of July,
Yeah.
That is
Juneteenth.
America's Day of Independence.
Flag Day, President's Day,
Oh my gosh.
Martin Luther King Day.
This is awesome.
Juneteenth didn't become a thing till,
Toronto is beating the
Oh.
crap out of Calgary, which is amazing.
Just put it away, man.
Sorry.
All right.
I just wanted to see.
Spoiler
but it's just
alert.
Like,
I don't
Wow.
know what either of those places
this isn't even
are.
going to go on the till tomorrow or 2 days from now.
Let's see. Well, so for those of you tuning in right now, we are gonna try and record this show video.
We're gonna
maybe
try.
and do some TikTok clips again and see if we can get that going. We got really lazy
Since
for a
we
while.
squandered our 10,000 followers.
No, they're
last
still
time.
there. They're still
We
there.
had a video with 4.5 million. You know how many people could
should-
say that?
we
A
should-
lot, but not that many.
We should repost
Which
it.
episode was that? Was that a
I don't know.
saucy one?
No, it was
No,
the bathroom.
it was about taking a dump. No, it was about peeing. Which urinal you
Yeah.
should pee in.
right.
Okay.
And how you don't want to pee next to someone pooping. But you also don't want to pee next to somebody who's, if there's only 3 urinals
You don't go in the middle.
and someone's already peeing on the left-hand side, your options are poop or, you know what I mean?
Is that because of when you and I went to that movie and there was 2 urinals and it was like a huge room, but they were right next to each
Yeah,
other?
that was weird.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
It's a couple's experience. Anyway, it's March 17th. On this day in
It's a
history,
weird sign that said hand-holding encouraged.
Yeah.
let's see if you can... The first spacewalk happened today in history. Do you know who the first spacewalker was and what year?
Spacewalk.
What'd you think I said?
I was thinking moonwalk.
Oh.
It's not John Glenn, is it?
Lovell,
John Glenn.
1966.
Close on the year, not Lovell.
Hmm.
And John Glenn never walked in space.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I just
Alexei
Gus Grissom.
Leonov.
Oh,
Leonov.
Russian?
Oh, dude, of course. Dude, we always think
Fucking
American.
Russians.
Yeah, in 1965.
Ridiculous.
12 minutes, he ventured up to 10 meters from his spacecraft, the Voskhod 2.
We don't give them enough credit for
No.
what they did.
No.
We're
The,
all about America.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, the Russians didn't even do anything.
Right.
They didn't
'Cause
even get to the moon.
We allegedly
Bunch of
beat them
losers.
to the moon.
Did
so
you guys see
undoes
a
everything.
private firm landed a thing on the moon?
Oh,
couple
so
weeks
they
ago?
can do it.
Yeah. No, there's no people. It was a probe.
I bet if
They
Elon...
probed the
I'm
moon
just
again.
joking.
Probe of sorts.
I heard Elon was going personally to rescue the...
Personally, he
Can go in and
wound up the rocket.
yeah,
They're
Did he-
going to actually...
Did he go in there and end up shutting it down?
probably. And while he was there, he put a for sale sign on the International Space Station.
Those astronauts are getting ready to come home. We did get them...
They were there
get
for
a
like
capsule
9
to 'em.
months, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It docked yesterday, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they got a couple days to train people, and then I read an article that
I have a
based
bad
on the way
feeling
they're
about it.
based on the way their pay works,
Uh-huh.
they make it's like $4 a day for their
You
time up there.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I'm
thought you had to
serious.
pay to be
No,
up
no,
there.
no, no, no.
You gotta pay to be up
How
there.
do they-
I mean, they have a salary, but they don't get any extra.
Oh.
Even
While
though
they're
their
on the clock?
original journey was only supposed to be like 10 days, right?
Well, they should sue NASA or
That's
something.
That's a
Like,
big
that's-
mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of
Right?
I
They
didn't
should-
look very
they
closely
should give
into
them
it,
$1
but
million
something
each.
happened. It's like a paperwork
Yeah,
mistake, and
it was
they
a mistake.
ended up staying there for
Right.
9 months.
They're like many re-entries, it's gonna be streamed. So if you're
I have
worried,
a bad feeling
I know
about
you
it.
do.
I do.
Thought they already.
It seems like the
re-entered.
perfect thing to happen right now.
I mean, I don't know about perfect.
Well,
Fitting.
yeah.
It might be
Why?
a fitting thing to happen.
Oh, no reason.
Just
Elon.
the shit we're in.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, but why would it be fitting?
Because it was him he's all like, I'm going to go rescue those astronauts. And he's sent SpaceX up there. And
Yeah. No, it would. It would be fitting.
it just seems like the kind of thing that would happen.
So they saying they rigged it, man? You conspirasi theory on this?
No. I'm saying that Elon Musk is so careless and stupid that it's going to explode on an re-entry.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then everyone's going to be like, yeah,
Listen,
obviously.
if he had a hand in the actual engineering and design, maybe.
That's true.
Maybe. But let's be honest.
Yeah,
You know,
is.
He bought SpaceX and slapped his name on it.
That's true. That is true.
Same with
That
Tesla.
is true.
I don't know, man.
No, it's true. It's true. He didn't start SpaceX.
He didn't do
that's
anything.
true.
He had nothing to do with it. I think your guys' political views are
Or
getting
what?
a little bit into that.
Whatever. Anyway,
I don't think he did nothing, but
man,
I
there's
mean,
like
he's not a rocket scientist.
should I go?
No.
no because frankly, if you were to leave, we'd have to unplug so much stuff and like it would.
It's the
it
only
would-
reason I'm
like,
staying.
I'm worried to
just joking.
touch anything the
just-
way
I
we're
feel
all
like this
set up
isn't
today.
straight.
It's kind of
I'll
janky.
check.
Don't touch that.
I feel like janky's a racially motivated. It sounds bad, right?
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't know.
say it, but I don't think it's bad. But
I have a
it
theory.
sounds bad.
Yeah.
Janky.
It's not bad. You're on a thing.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
know.
you're having a lot
I
of
know.
white guilt.
You're like everything's racist to you right
I
now.
know.
You're feeling like you're
You look,
offending
in,
everyone.
you look in the mirror and you're like,
I'm
you're
so
fucking
racist. I'm so racist, man.
This shirt I'm wearing is kind of racist.
It is a black cube. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's true. The black cube coming to kill off all the white Starfleet people.
yeah,
Oh my god.
and turn us all into the,
Oh my
the
gosh.
Borg.
Yep.
I have a theory about
yeah.
our fan base.
Yeah.
For a while, well, we're 140, what, 149? Is that what you said?
48.
48?
Apparently.
148 episodes in. And I think for 47 episodes, our assumption was that people were simply gatekeeping. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They
Keeping
didn't
you from
want to.
blowing
They
up?
just, yeah, they're like
Didn't wanna see
they
those
want it
guys.
all to themselves.
And then,
Obviously.
and then I remembered a conversation.
Because we're
I
racist,
had.
man. Or you're racist. I'm new here.
Spencer's racist.
Yeah.
I remembered a conversation I had about, like, what's your secret? Like, you're a closet fan.
Oh,
of,
yeah.
You know, like in music, you know, you're like, oh, I love Natalie and
Guilty
Imbruglia.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, guilty pleasure.
Britney Spears.
But more closet is a better way to put it because I think
Closeted?
that's what's happening.
Like I'm a closeted
are
supernatural fan.
Yes.
Are you?
Okay.
That's
yeah.
what Sarah's watching right now.
Really?
In the other room. Yeah.
So I
That's
think
simulation, man.
so.
simulation.
What I'm
The
saying
Winchester
is,
brothers, man.
our fans are ashamed
No, that's fair though. I mean,
to listen to us and to tell people that they
no,
do.
that's that's true. It's like when I was, 10 or 11 years old watching Power Rangers, and I was clearly too old to be watching Power Rangers.
10?
Too old.
You think 10's too old?
13? I don't know. 14.
It's for like 9-year-olds.
Okay, 27.
yeah, that's more like it.
So that's when it becomes a
Yeah,
closeted.
fetish.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably what it is.
Well, so I don't know how to. We got to rebrand. Maybe change our names. Somehow we have to get out of the. We can't have closeted.
We got to
fans.
get out of
Who's
the closet
gatekeeping
somehow.
us?
Yeah.
Who's gatekeeping you?
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I
I
thought
mean-
people were gatekeeping, and they're like, "Well, I don't want to tell. We don't want to spoil it. Don't tell anybody about this awesome podcast."
So we have people who are listening.
It's
who
too
like,
real.
Who
It's too
like what
real.
they're- But they don't. They're too embarrassed
Yes.
to tell their friends about it. But why?
for 147 episodes. I thought they
Closeted
just didn't
liberals,
want to
man.
ruin it.
Closeted
Right?
liberals.
Like when, like when we worked at the radio. I remember Todd played a song by the Decemberists, and he got hate on the phone lines.
Okay.
And he went off, right? And he made a great argument, which was, these are recording artists. If they didn't want me to play their song, they wouldn't have sent me the CD, right?
right.
But for a while, for 147 episodes, I thought that's what people were doing. They're like, we don't want to ruin it. Don't tell anybody. If they get too big, it won't be fun anymore.
Right.
It won't be interesting.
Right.
I don't think that's
Won't have
the
anything
case.
to
No,
talk
that
about.
that makes complete sense because
I think they're shamed.
we're in a state where being more liberal could get you in, I don't want to say trouble, but some of your peers may be like, I don't like this podcast. These people are saying things that I don't like.
So you're a closeted liberal, as Danny said.
Right.
Yes. Danny
Right.
said in his.
That's why I don't tell
Or
anyone.
you're not closeted necessarily, but maybe you work somewhere
You don't want to be loud about it.
where you're like, you're not wearing donkey patches and
So if they told their coworker, check out this podcast, that coworker would then be like, go to the boss.
yeah, I'd be like, dude, this guy
On his off time,
does not want Joe Biden.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what we do about it.
Huh. Well, just tell
we
him
could
to knock
start
it off.
like the conservative podcasts are killing it right now.
Oh, I bet.
So we could switch.
Well, that's
it's
why
just-
we brought Danny
it's just
here.
the pendulum.
Danny's,
Swing back.
Danny's
He'll
pretty
swing back.
freaking hardcore conservative.
Closeted.
Yeah, he's a
Closeted conservative
When he's
in a
around
conservative
us,
state.
he's he melds into whatever.
That's what I do. I
Because
just
his where he works is not. It's not liberal there.
It's
is
not.
It? No. Is it?
It's probably a good
He doesn't know.
smattering.
See, he wouldn't tell anyone because that would give him away.
I'm going
it's
to post
pretty.
this.
It's probably more liberal.
Remember
than,
when in Facebook, the Facebook days where you would actually post to someone's wall?
Yeah.
Like that's what it was called? We
Yeah.
should post this show, this recording to Danny's wall.
on what?
All of them.
My Facebook wall.
Facebook.
Do people go on
Put 'em-
Facebook?
I don't.
have Facebook, but
You
I'm
post it
also
on
Closeted
almost
conservatives.
40. Closeted. Do you think that's a website?
Closeted conservatives.
Yeah.
.com? .sex?
Look it up.
It just redirects to Grindr.
Lindsey Graham's like the poster child.
Yeah.
He's the front page. Speaking of Lindsey Graham and dreams. No, it was a bad
You had a lucid
transition.
dream
It was
about
a
It was
bad
Lindsey
lucid.
transition.
I had a lucid dream where I chose to spend sex time with Lindsay Moonlight Graham.
Moonlight Graham.
The crazy thing was it was a lucid dream, and
Well,
I
it-
went and did it anyway.
If it's lucid, that you're really in control.
yeah, you
right?
could have
Yes,
stopped
you
at
can't-
any time. And you know what
Yeah.
the worst part is?
You can't
It
wake
didn't
up and be
give
like,
you any
"Wow,
money.
that was messed up."
That was a
Maybe-
messed up dream. Too bad I was lucid and chose it.
That's
Lindsay
the messed
Moon-
up part.
Dude, I'm gonna totally start calling him Moonlight Graham. Ease his pain.
So, Sarah, my girlfriend, the other day, she is like, "Hey, I had this dream. All right, and don't get
I don't-
freaked. Don't get.
Hang on. I'm not sure I want to hear.
You do.
Do you want to hear this?
I mean, you're just assuming.
I have
that
her
it's something
permission to share.
You don't want to hear.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's beside the point. If she has permission, I'm saying I'm not sure if I want to.
Oh, it's fine.
Is it permissible?
So we've been watching, as you know, for like the 5th episode in a row. I've been watching a lot of hockey lately.
Like we're talking.
Right.
We're talking.
I have.
I don't
not-
even know what to. I think it's diagnosable at this point.
Probably. I don't
Like,
think I've missed a home game.
The
since
amount of
call it-
shit that
since
Spencer
December.
gave me about being a Jazz fan during the
Never gave you
Playoffs and stuff.
I went to
Oh.
a game with you.
goodie for you. He gave me. Let's go back to episode. Go back to episode 69.
What is it? My wife
Because
calls
basketball's boring.
because I have ADHD and
Listen,
I get hyperfixation.
Hyperfixation.
It's going to be gone
Yes.
soon.
I know.
We're gonna
I
take
do
down
know
these
that.
pucks
I
eventually.
do know that.
Yeah.
All three of us went to the hockey game except Danny and I didn't know Spencer was there, alone.
Yeah. Well, it's
Danny
'cause
and I are
Sarah
hanging
was
on the
supposed to go.
concourse.
She was supposed to go with me, but she couldn't.
Danny and I hanging on the concourse, and this guy comes up to us and starts.
Slimming, gentlemen.
And it was Spencer there by himself. Spencer went to the hockey game alone, came and found me and Danny via Find Friends. Had no idea you were there. And then at the end of the game, in which Utah was leading 2-1, it wasn't like a tie.
It was
and one
close.
was running
You
over,
saw-
and Cooley was about to score.
You saw
It was-
the empty net goal and how it was so close.
but
yeah.
but it would have made us 3-1, not
It
not
was just-
tied.
It was intense.
My point is
mean, it
that
was good.
It was good. My
was a
point
good
is that
one.
a 2-1 game
It was-
for the team leading
was scary.
is not super intense.
It's just
at
I've
the
seen
end.
them. I've seen them give away leads faster.
That's true. I will give you that. But you sent me a picture of your Apple Watch.
Yeah.
And your heart rate was 168.
yeah.
I am not in shape. But do you know what it takes for me to get to 168? Like
Like a
I go
flight and a
run on
half?
the
Out.
I go ride in the treadmill.
A flight and a half of stairs.
Flight. No, I get to like 150.
Yeah.
Push into 168.
Well, that's just like getting out of bed for me.
That's some high aerobic activity. And he got it sitting in a chair.
Oh, I was standing. I
And
was
yelling.
standing.
Were you waving a towel?
He's waving the
I was
towel.
waving my towel.
Yeah.
That's a lot of.
I waved a lot of towel that night.
Anyway,
Wait, you could keep your watch on during sex time with Moonlight Graham and see if it gets up to 168. We'll see.
Yeah,
Sex Time with Moonlight.
Leave it on
Graham,
while you
that's
go to
gotta
bed.
Be an
See
album
if
That's an
name or
album name
something.
for sure. EP.
Sex Time with Moonlight Graham.
It's the name of the episode for
That's
sure.
gotta be something. That's gotta
Anyway,
be
I'm
something.
sorry.
Okay.
I was just not sure I wanted to hear the story, so I was
Okay,
trying to
so-
stall.
trying to stall on
has
what?
this dream,
What are you
okay?
afraid that we're going to talk about?
Sarah's
And
dream.
She has
Oh,
a
all right,
dream
sorry.
that one of Utah's players,
Which one?
Cooley, okay,
Don't know him.
Logan Cooley. Is that right?
You can name any of them. I wouldn't have known it, except for
Yeah,
It's Logan.
yeah, Logan
Gunther,
Cooley.
Dylan, Johnson Cooley.
Approached her and said, "I saw you and your boyfriend in the crowd. I will give you."
Sarah, was
front
this
row-
lucid?
I will give you on the glass tickets for the
were you
rest of the season and next season.
Is it
Like,
straddling?
just season tickets.
if you.
straddling the
if-
glass
If
I don't
you
want to
come have a three-way with me.
with you?
The
Dem-
three of
demon,
the-
demon,
me-
you.
Yeah.
two dudes.
Yeah.
So you, Cooley, and Sarah,
And in the dream, Sarah said no.
lucid.
And when she told me this, I was like, what the hell? You said no?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Interesting.
Because I would have been totally into it.
I'm not convinced I could have a two-man.
She then started going into detail about what it would consist of, and I did kind of change my tune a little.
Right.
Nothing
Nothing
happened in the
Sarah's
dream.
clarifying. Nothing happened in the dream. She's yelling from the
Was it
background.
lucid? That's what's important.
So you're saying you could have a three-way with
For On the Glass
with
season
Veggie
tickets?
and
Vegemite.
with Vegemite and
I have his
and
autograph
Cooley?
right there.
Yeah, for now.
Veggie's one hell of a
It's
goalie.
not unfair. It really
I know.
isn't. I know
Well, that's how I work.
I know this is an ADD obsession.
Yeah.
I always like the hockey, but I don't know if I'll be like this for
Veggie is
forever.
He's one hell of a goalie until the third period.
But you know what though?
Yeah.
It does leave every the season ends, so it's not
How many seasons have you been doing this?
This
Just
is-
one?
well, yeah, two actually, because we watched the Penguins last year.
Oh.
How are we looking for the playoff run?
Not good.
Bet we won last night against the Canucks, which was huge.
There's like 18
Ooh,
games
Vancouver.
left,
There are
and we're
16
not
games left.
We're not mathematically eliminated yet.
No. We're actually really close. We're tied with a couple teams. Calgary is one of those teams, and they're losing. They're getting pummeled right now.
How do the Stanley Cup playoffs work? Is it 3 rounds?
When do they start?
Yeah, I think so.
3 rounds, just
Yeah.
like the NBA.
I just can't remember if the first round is shorter or not.
Oh, like
you
the-
know how
like the
baseball
old NBA.
and the first round is best of five.
That's how the NBA used
I
to.
can't
be.
remember if it does that or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's 2 wild card spots, and then each of the 4 divisions has.
Yeah. I missed the
winner.
5-game first round in the
Two
NBA, man. I
Yeah.
came across old John Stockton clips,
Mhm.
and that just made me long for the 5-game days.
The good old days.
I
man.
mean, it's yeah.
do you know?
He was so scrappy.
Do you know why they started throwing like cephalopods on the ice?
When, did that
The
happen
oc-
at this
the
game?
octopus?
No.
But
But
I've
it's a
seen
hockey
clips.
thing. When did that? Do you know when that started and why?
Oh, it depends on the team. Various teams have different things. That's the that's Detroit, isn't it?
Red Wings.
Yeah, I feel like that's Detroit.
I
that
don't know.
does that.
Yeah, I'm not.
I
just
know.
seen it.
I know that the Panthers throw rats on the ice.
I just
Like
don't.
live rats?
No, plastic.
rats.
I
Plastic
saw
rats.
no. There's a clip on TikTok of a dude throwing a real octopus.
I did see that, and that was upsetting.
I don't know how he got it in there.
I don't like that.
He must have been in his pants.
So I think octopuses are too smart and aliens. So
Like, is it alive?
I don't know.
I hope not.
I don't know.
Either way, it's messed up.
It is.
Why? Why do we
I
do
don't
this?
know why they do that. I don't know.
I
don't
doubt it.
approve.
I doubt it
And
was
you
alive.
support
I doubt
this game.
I mean, can you buy a live octopus? Like at Ocean, can you go to Ocean Mart and buy
I think.
Buy a
I
live
think you
I
can
know
pet
you can.
octopus,
I know you
dude.
can buy.
They might be expensive.
a live octopus?
Yeah, because you can have them as pets.
Yeah.
You can have an octopus pet. It's
Can you?
possible. Yeah.
I don't know.
You've
I've
never been
never-
on TikTok
But these ones
before?
are big, though. Is it squid or is it an octopus?
I think it was an octopus. I don't think you can get squid.
Squid
'cause-
have the other two.
Yeah,
They have 2 tentacles
they're creepy.
along with the 8, right?
Is that true?
I
think so.
The 2 might be part of the 8. I don't know.
I don't know.
Might be.
I'm
Look
not
this up.
a,
Go ahead.
a molluscologist.
Nah, I'm good. I think
That's fine,
we
whatever.
ran its course already. So
I know
we're good.
for sure that's one of the differences. I don't know if it makes 8 or if it makes 10, but they definitely squid have like 2
Right,
tentacles
the 2
that
long
aren't the
ones.
same
The
as
2 long ones, yeah.
Yeah, aren't the same as the.
And they move by jets. I guess
They've got the longer
octopi do
head
too.
and,
Yeah.
and ink.
The
and
I mean,
guess
they're
they all
completely
have
different.
ink.
Their
I don't know.
shape shifting capability is really what makes them the shit.
The
That's what I'm
octopus?
telling
Yeah.
you. They're
Yeah.
freaking aliens.
They are.
Nuts. You
They
watch that
gotta
thing
be.
on freaking.
I'm thinking that we are. I think Scientology was close.
I don't even know the doctrine, to be honest.
I don't
It's-
think that
it's the-
Scientology has us being aliens.
Xenu
though. It's
or
that
whatever.
Are the
It's the
spirits of aliens.
No. It's that aliens are in our bodies.
Right.
So they
Like-
were close. I think we are the
What's the difference
aliens.
between aliens being in our bodies and spirits being in our bodies? Our spirits are aliens? Or are we
Kinda.
like a plants in us?
I don't know. I don't know if Elrond.
Our pineal
I don't know
gland?
if
I don't know if
he clarified
Elrond got that deep into the.
I should
Yeah.
look. I'm gonna look it up.
But
dude.
maybe you can.
I make
ask
fun of it, but I
ChatGPT,
should
it'll tell
learn
you.
about it.
I mean, the Earth is more water than land.
I actually asked
So-
ChatGPT
This makes more sense.
Just on the surface, though.
just 2 days ago.
Yeah, but I'm like,
It's the
no
only
one's
part that
li-
matters.
No one's
bro.
not living on this.
We don't know that.
I'm
That's
pretty
never
sure
been
we
proved.
do.
No, dude. No.
I asked
Oh,
ChatGPT.
that's true.
Hollow Earth.
You can't
Hollow
prove a
Earth theory.
negative. You cannot prove a
Yeah,
negative.
until you prove to me there's no one down there, I don't believe it.
Anyway, I asked ChatGPT, given enough time, could octopi evolve to be smarter than us? And it was not optimistic.
Well, what is it?
Well,
what
given
is
enough time, how could the
Like
answer ever be
millions of
no?
years.
I know.
What is
I know.
optimistic? Like-
because one, they're not social. They don't hang out with each other.
Right,
So they'd
that's
have
true.
to change that about
But
themselves.
they could.
That's what makes us
They could.
special.
You're right.
They could evolve
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
That's the whole
I'm not
point.
saying ChatGPT said it was impossible.
tie.
It just wasn't optimistic. And the
What
water,
is-
the
what
water
is-
is the biggest problem because you need fire and all that sort of.
I mean, but they're pigeonholing, right? They're pigeonholing our.
That's
system.
how we evolved.
That's true.
That's how
right?
fucking we did it.
That's true.
Doesn't mean that's the only way
Right.
to.
That's true. We don't know.
I mean, their very existence
Mm-hmm.
proves that it's not the only way.
That's true.
Life
Life.
Life finds a way.
finds a way.
Yeah, I mean,
Finds a way.
like it's like when we talked about like just aliens in general and how we're always like looking for carbon-based life form because that's what we are.
Right.
And we're like, no, life couldn't exist there because there's no carbon. We're like, well, what if it's
Plasma based.
plasma or nitrogen-based or
Yeah.
any other fucking element or an element we don't even know? You know?
Yeah, I don't even know what carbon based really means, to be honest.
You know who does?
Who?
No, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was wrong about this one.
I don't think it was. I think it had a really good, solid. I mean, it said it was possible.
You were just
given enough time.
you were just blatantly ignoring the points that Danny and I just made.
No, they're great
We
points.
just
They're great
we just
points.
proved
Yeah.
that ChatGPT
You can't prove to me that it doesn't, okay?
just
I just think it didn't.
facts
think I
don't
was-
care about your
It was smart enough.
GPT feelings. I don't know. Yes, they could never evolve into a human.
Right.
Screwed the
Sure.
pig.
They evolve into a super smart
Right.
cephalopod.
Yeah.
Cephalopod.
What's this about Luis's passport?
Okay. Well, I mean,
Okay.
is that all the? Are we just going to get into serious right away today?
I don't know if it's serious. It just
It
says
is.
Luis's
You guys see that
passport.
they
It is serious.
see that they sent 2 flat earthers down to Antarctica?
I did, and they did a 24-hour time lapse and said
they're like,
they killed themselves
fair
on the
enough.
spot.
Fair
What?
No, but the whole they came back and said it's legit.
Yeah.
And then all the rest of flat earthers like whatever, they're total shills.
Right.
Man.
Yeah,
There's no
You,
way.
you can't.
That's interesting.
That's what always happens. Wait. This is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, it was like a month
They
ago. or
finally
something, or
did
2
it.
months ago.
Not to go to the ice wall, but to
Uh-huh.
prove the 24-hour sun during the summer down there,
Uh-huh.
right?
They didn't
yeah.
come back and say, "Oh, flat Earth, no,"
So they did.
but
it.
they're like, "Huh, yeah." Gave us something to think about.
They set up a camera and did a 24-hour time lapse of the sun
Mm-hmm.
that can't be really refuted unless you're just going to ignore it the way
Right.
that Spencer just ignored our proof. and yeah, they said we were
Hard
wrong.
proof,
And then the other flat earthers crucified them,
pretty
Well,
much.
they just
burnt them at the
ignored
stake center.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Disowned them.
I think that
online.
the next one they got to do is the ice wall.
He said some people into space, dude.
Yeah.
Wait,
or,
what do you
or
mean
space.
to the ice wall?
Well, because the claim is that the government stops you from reaching the ice wall.
oh, like you can't get to Antarctica?
Yeah. Like that.
Yeah.
Because they believe
Because they've never tried to
we're
get to
literally-
Antarctica.
They believe we're at disk
Yeah.
with an ice wall around the edges. That's why the
Which
water
is
doesn't
Antarctica,
fall.
right.
Which is why the water doesn't fall off.
Right.
But no one will just charter them a boat.
Right.
Just
Well, I think a lot of people, they offered to take a lot of people, and a lot of them turned it down.
Sure.
It's just these two are the guys.
Yeah, because they don't want to know the truth.
yeah.
Anyway, so getting more serious, and this is actually pretty old here, but you know my friend Luis,
do.
who lives in Texas.
Been on the show, friend of the show.
Yeah. He is a citizen and has been his whole life. He was born in Provo, Utah. His parents are citizens.
Doesn't quite look right though.
Yeah, he is brown. That's true.
Right? Just doesn't
That's true.
quite fit that Aryan Trump
He
mold.
Yeah. He is now so worried that he carries his passport with him everywhere.
He's in Texas
Really?
and he's brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Papers. Give me your papers.
my question is, because we've heard about this happening already.
Yeah.
Many times where citizens are getting even carted off. There was a guy with a permanent resident card
Green
that
card.
got shipped off to, I can't remember.
All over.
Yeah.
Due process is gone.
Like right now?
Yes, like yesterday.
Yes, like very recently. But here's my question. What is to stop these people from suing the fuck out of any the, you know who I'm talking about?
Ice.
Ice, yeah.
U.S. government?
Yeah, why, what's to stop them from bringing a huge pain and suffering lawsuit?
It's the same thing. You can watch any number of First Amendment auditors on YouTube and know exactly what's going on here.
Yeah.
Some of them win, some of them lose, because probable cause is so fucking gray. It's so gray, right?
Right.
I thought you were shoplifting. Show me your papers. And then it's just their word. I saw the suspect in the store. I thought he was shoplifting, so I asked for his ID.
Well, that's the
That's why
the
these
clerk,
auditors
though.
film everything.
But why could I not sue ICE for not doing their due diligence and figuring out that I was a citizen?
You can. But probable cause allows them to detain you for like at least 24 hours.
I guess what I'm saying is, can I?
You want to go trigger one of these?
Yeah,
Yes.
I want to be able to sue ICE. I'm looking for a payout.
Go watch. There is millions of hours of First Amendment audit. This is why I reset my algorithm. This is why I reset it, because it was filled with dirty cops lying about probable cause to
Right.
ID black and brown people. That's all it was.
Because you looked up too many videos.
That's all. I looked up too many, and my algorithm got fed. Well, it wasn't even I looked them up. It was that I would stay on them. This is once again teaching you how an algorithm works. You stay on them for just a little bit longer,
I know how
and
it
TikTok
works.
shows you more, and you stay on that one a little bit longer. As soon as that's all it is.
Stay on Busted Latino.
That's
one
why you
time.
just-
That's why
why
it's
you-
all busty Latinas.
That's why you get off TikTok, bro.
There's dude, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook invented this. Like it's all of them. The next thing that's going to be marketed is an algorithmless social media platform that no one's going to like
It's
because it doesn't
genius.
show them
It's
anything they like,
Get anything you want.
or it shows you the
least-
exact opposite.
At least sort of
Right.
pigeonhole me.
Like
Getting
I
all
s-
these Nazi videos.
Yeah, I stay longer on a dirty cop video, so it starts showing me clips from cops where they're the good guy. You know,
Well,
That's an
Well,
interesting. That's an interesting thought. That's
well,
an interesting
when they're
idea.
spun as the good guy.
Right.
Where in the videos I was watching, they're clearly the bad guy. Yeah. I went to a pride protest last weekend.
The Capitol one?
I did.
Really? You
I
were
posted
there?
a video of the big flag being unfurled.
I didn't know you were there.
So Utah is banning
Thanks for the
the
invite.
pride flag. It was like my mom invited me, so me and my mom went.
Thanks, Jan.
Utah's banning the pride flag in government
Right.
buildings,
Mhm.
schools, what have you.
Mhm.
So I went down there for a protest, and I carried my mom's pride flag on a pole into the Capitol.
Mhm.
I was in there for a good 20 minutes, just hanging out. Just,
Broke a few windows.
and you're still
just,
with us.
Just standing.
Took a poop on
And
somebody's
a
desk.
highway patrolman walked up to me like 20 minutes in. He's like, "You can't have the pole in here.
The pole?
The pole."
Just the pole.
Yep.
It's a
He's like, "You
weapon.
can have the flag, but you can't have the pole. And I said,
How are your bow staff skills?
I said, okay, sir. He's like, you can just go set it outside. And I was like, okay, sir. So I went and set it outside, and all I could think was, you'd rather have this weapon loose now with no flag on it. Just
At least
sitting
there's
outside.
some wind resistance
Just
with
leave
the
it
flag on it.
outside in the pile of weapons.
But yeah, the Utah Pride Center has like a 300-foot long pride
No,
flag
I saw.
that we unfurled on the grounds of the Capitol.
Like, who made that for them? How do you get a 300-foot?
It's
flag?
awesome.
It's patchwork.
It
Exactly,
wasn't.
yeah.
The
No?
stripes were all one piece. It must have come from Temu or something. I don't know.
It's Tamu.
Temu. Temai. Yeah. I don't know if Cox has signed it yet. The governor. It's his name.
I know.
Sorry, it's his
I was
name.
laughing because he's laughing.
Sorry, he's got a gay name. I don't know what to tell you.
What makes it gay?
Cox.
It's heterosexual to me.
I don't. That's an oxymoron, Danny. It can't be. I mean, unless you're transitioning, it cannot be heterosexual to you. If you identify as a woman now, I respect that, but
With just the mention of Cox
Do you identify
is
as a woman?
heterosexual. Can't be heterosexual. I mean,
not to you. I don't think so.
I don't follow.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe Spencer can explain it better.
I'm not getting into
It's
this.
just-
I don't
I mean,
know
it's
what's
just-
going on
it's
here.
just,
I just
you know,
kind of giggled at the word cock.
It's Cox. Oh yeah, I don't
Very
know if
different.
Cox
That's a
signed
different
it.
word.
We'll see if he did. He did release an article or an op-ed the other day. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Either way, he said that he thinks Utah's passing too many laws.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
thought
know
we
if he
wanted
was-
small government.
I don't know what he's signaling there. I read the text.
the right rules. Okay, guys.
I read the text of the bill, and it basically just outlines what flags are permissible. You know,
Like
school
don't tread on
flags.
these.
And you know what? Actually, based on the wording, that might not be allowed.
Huh?
Because it was like official
enforce that?
government flags, official university flags, things like that, is how they said these are what's allowed. You know, so actually the "Don't Tread on Me" might not be allowed.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
Better not be.
you can fly a swastika though because it was the official flag of Nazi Germany. So you can bring that into a
I thought
school.
that was illegal.
Is anyone
Only in
else
Germany.
Oh, really?
No,
wanting
it's protected in the United States as it should be.
to
right.
print out?
As it should be.
It's the
out
First
what-
Amendment.
what
It's the
I've-
First Amendment.
I've
You
been
should be
having
able to
time.
fly
You're
any
liberal
flag.
is down with the First Amendment. I'm just joking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure I would go to a protest with Nazis
Right.
if they were banning the swastika.
I want to support their First
but
Amendment.
I would support
okay?
their First
I'm
Amendment.
going to go be.
Yeah,
show-
I wouldn't
show solidarity.
Unfurl a
I
giant.
don't believe in what they believe in, but I'm going to stand with them.
I'm
for
not sure. I might
saying it.
I might make a phone call to a representative and say, I don't like them, but that's the First Amendment, bro. Right? It's the same thing going on with due
problem.
process right now. Have you seen the flights of these prisoners
Dude,
the past 2 days?
The flight?
I've seen the prison they're taking them to in El Salvador. man.
We're sending Venezuelan prisoners
Right.
to El Salvador and Honduras for being allegedly members of a gang.
Right.
Have you seen the prison they're putting them
It's
in?
nuts.
Dude,
It's
that's
nuts.
freaking insane.
But
Is it
this,
bad?
I don't agree with what
mean-
these men may have been convicted of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one thing they haven't been convicted of is being a member of that gang.
Right.
Just because they have tattoos.
But we're deporting them.
MS-13 tattoos.
No, it's another one. Like
yeah, well,
Trey-
there's two
yeah,
of them,
that's right.
but they're putting them in the same cells together too.
So, and a judge ordered him to stop. A judge actually, from the bench, said they need to turn the planes around.
And he
which they
said, nope,
didn't.
it's too late.
They
He said it's
didn't.
too late. They're already out of U.S. airspace.
Actually, the Trump administration just didn't even respond to the judge, which is
Yeah,
leading
what's
to
with them just ignoring judges? That's not...
It's a bit of a constitutional crisis.
I'm gonna
What do you do?
sign-
What do you do? What
Sign an executive order to ignore this judge.
you don't even
I
need
don't
to.
know.
There's no recourse.
Yeah.
Even if the Supreme Court made a ruling on this, how do you? It's very similar to the way our economy works, right? Our dollar only holds value because we all have faith in it. We all
Right.
believe in it. It's the same thing. The only way that the judicial branch has any power whatsoever is if the other branches respect their decisions, and it goes for the other three, or the other two, right? They're all co-equal. We're supposed to just listen to them. But what happens if the Supreme Court issues a ruling and the president just decides to ignore it?
We arrest him?
No, you can impeach him,
Well,
but that would take Republicans doing the right thing.
You can't... There's no...
You
There's-
can't arrest him. It's not a crime. Like,
Huh.
Well, isn't he arresting them under like a wartime rule? And he's
Yes.
just saying, "Well, I consider us at
Yes.
war."
Right.
Can't-
But a judge
doesn't-
said we're not at war right now.
Doesn't
So
Congress
due
have to?
process-
Doesn't Congress have to
Yeah.
decide if
declare
we're at war?
Yes.
So
I don't know. It gets gray. It gets really gray.
it doesn't sound great.
Ever since it is, I mean, it shouldn't be.
Right.
But ever since Vietnam, we've slowly given the executive branch more power for wartime decisions.
Yeah.
You know, and it got even worse after 9/11.
Freaking Palpatine.
Yeah. But
I am the Senate.
Yeah. There you
no,
go.
this is kind of freaky. This is kind of freaky. Like there's no due process here.
But so this kind of has to do with it. I've watched a documentary on that Supermax prison in El Salvador. Oh, dude,
It's crazy.
freaking wicked. And the problem is, so all these people are going there for life, right? And they know that they have people there that were just collateral, that aren't necessarily guilty of being illegal aliens or even being part of these gangs. But there's no way for them to really find out now
Right.
because, like, they destroy their identity once they enter in that Supermax. They're
Yeah.
never going to come out.
They're never going to come out.
And what,
No.
dude, if you're one of those people that just got rounded up because you were, like, standing next to someone?
Yeah.
Dude,
No,
that is
this is a test. This is
wicked.
a test of what happens when we just kind of suspend due process here. Who else can we lock up next? These guys were prisoners. These were pieces of shit.
Mm-hmm.
No due process for their alleged crime that got them deported, though. They may have been convicted of murder and rape and things here. That's not why they're being deported. In fact, that's actually illegal. We can't deport someone for a domestic crime when they're citizens, right? Like when they're here. We can deport them if they have committed a crime related. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it.
Wait, so if they commit rape or murder here and they're
Typically,
illegal,
we don't. Typically,
you can't
they're-
you can't deport them because
I
it's
think
not
they-
tied to their.
I don't know. I think
status?
no. I think you can. There's weird rules.
Yeah.
There's weird rules. The point is that those weird rules are just being completely ignored right now. And while these guys might be pieces of shit, it just begs the question: where does it stop next? Who are they going to put on planes next? Right.
I'm just thinking it
As
sucks
long
for
as
that.
they're not white people, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Well, but even if all these people are 100% guilty of what they're being charged of, like, dude, that prison sucks. Like, it's not humane, man.
It's crazy.
It's
It's a crazy
There's
prison.
like 50 people to a cell, and they have like those bunk beds, big bunk beds, like from concentration camps that they live in. You know?
Yeah,
Great,
I think
great.
they did. Which documentary did you see? There was one called like. There's an ex-prisoner from England who goes around and visits all the prisons in the world.
No, it's a guy who does all kinds of different stuff.
Oh, okay.
why are these other countries agreeing to take these people?
Why do you think?
Money?
I think we're paying them.
We're paying them.
Yeah, we're paying.
Is that
paying
why
them
the
things.
deficit actually went up after
Well,
Doge?
let's be clear. It's probably cheaper for Americans to send them there, but in El Salvadorian money, in Honduran money, that's good money,
Yeah.
right? Well, it costs a lot of money to have someone prisoner here,
Right.
right? A lot of money.
Yeah.
So
It's like $100,000 a year or something.
it's expensive.
Crazy.
We're not paying them. Even if we paid them $99, it's cheaper.
Right.
Right? So, I don't like it. It's scary. It's the same thing as the Nazi flag. Like, these guys are pieces of shit. They probably need to be locked up their whole life, but there's no due process for this system. And I don't know who the Trump administration will put on planes next, which is kind of freaky. They just they wrote a letter to Harvard today saying you need to
I just like messing with it. So.
you need to give the president of the university full authority to suspend and expel students who were protesting last year against Israel.
Like pro Hamas. Not,
Or
this is
pro-
pro Hamas.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Huh.
Pro Hamas. I never saw one fucking protest that was pro Hamas.
I never watched any of them, so I don't even know.
They were pro Palestine, which is very different, but no one wants to listen to the nuance there. It's like saying that all Americans are pro Trump. You know?
I hate that. I watched the Four Nations face off hockey.
Of course
yeah.
you did.
Redirect.
U.S. versus Canada, and I watched
Oh, dude.
Canada boo the anthem.
And then you just saw the 3 fights within 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
But I don't. It's not fair to me. I didn't vote for the guy. I love Canada. I don't want to see Canada get taken over by the United States. I'm
No.
not. So it sucks that my anthem now is, for my country is associated with this motherfucker.
Yeah, it sucks.
And what am I to do? Nothing.
When have
There's
we
nothing
been on
I can
bad
do.
terms with Canada, man? Seriously, up
Right
until now.
for no reason.
Were we talking about this the other
This
night?
is the
Yeah, we-
dumbest by every economist. Economist
Yeah.
says this is the dumbest trade war that has ever happened, and that's being kind.
Yeah, it's
And those are their
liberal
words. Like
economists, man.
those are
Yeah.
exactly what Bloomberg said.
yeah. To answer our conversation about Canada, we've been at war with them once.
Yeah,
but it was
it's because England was
by
there.
proxy, right? It was the War of 1812.
Because they were harboring.
well, they were
the-
just part of the empire, so they were
Yeah.
probably
Being used. They were being used,
conscripted.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Like how we use. Then never mind.
everyone. I mean, we're at war with Yemen. We just bombed the Houthis last night. Killed 30 people.
Jeez.
That coming, man.
Maybe.
I'm just joking. I know nothing about this story. This is the first time hearing about it, so I have no freaking clue.
The Houthi rebels are pro-Palestine,
Yeah.
and I mean they're an Arab nation, and they are.
I'm sorry for all the Houthis out there that are just.
Yemen's been in a civil war forever, so the Houthis are just one of the factions, right?
Yeah.
But they've been targeting ships in the Red Sea?
Black Sea.
Red
Arabian.
Sea. They've been targeting U.S. vessels and other Western vessels in the Red Sea, causing problems. And I think they threatened to cut like a major internet line that's on the bottom of the ocean as well.
Messed
Like a
around and
big
found
old-
out, bro.
A big old thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do? What do you
Bomb
do
'em.
here?
It's so
That's what you
crazy
do.
that there's a giant internet line that runs under the ocean.
I know.
It's so
Doesn't that
crazy.
I
sound
thought
like
we were like.
crazy,
No.
right?
Yeah.
It's
That's
so primitive.
weird.
This
Yeah.
goes underneath like the Atlantic
There's
Ocean.
fish just next
That's
to
how
it,
we're
like,
connected.
So much of our infrastructure is so primitive.
octopuses are going to get into it.
Yeah.
They're already there. They don't need to. They telepathically.
Pull up your texts. I wanted to talk about our Blink albums rated.
Oh,
Switch
dude, I don't
gears
have
here.
it on here anymore.
No?
I all my texts got deleted like 2 weeks ago.
That's
a little suspect, but okay.
fishy.
Somehow.
Well, I sent Danny a text a few weeks ago saying,
You pull it up.
"Could you? I don't. My phone's my camera was ranking all of Blink 182's albums because Danny and I have been Blink fans for a very long time,
Right.
Let's see, I might.
and we were pretty close. We had a couple
Yeah,
differences
there's a
in the
couple
top
differences.
five.
What are the top 5?
Let's see. Danny's was number one.
Enema.
Wasn't it? Was it Enema or Take Off?
Enema.
Enema?
Yours is Takeoff.
That's right. Mine was Take Off Your
Yeah.
Pants and Jacket. His was Enema of the State.
right.
I think my second one was probably Enema of the State.
What singles on Take Off Your Pants and Jacket?
Stay Together for the Kids, Rock Show, First Date.
Okay.
Yeah.
3 big
Would
ones.
you say the biggest hits come from Enema of the State? Like the breakout biggest?
Enema was
'Cause
all
that's
small
all the
things,
small things
What's My
and-
Age Again? The sad song. What's it called?
Adam's song.
Adam
Adam's
song,
song.
yeah.
Yeah. That was definitely their breakthrough. Yes. But I mean, even Dude Ranch had Damn It
That's right.
and Pathetic.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like Enema was like they were still a little bit raw. They're like, "Is this happening? Is
Right.
this happening?"
It's actually going.
But then
yeah.
once Takeoff happened, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're here."
You're right.
And it's like it didn't have like the edge to it. Like
Yeah.
it had like this is what we sound like.
Both of us agreed, though. I think.
Still good. Both good.
Yeah. Their later stuff, like One More Time, their most recent album, was like,
It's fine.
it's good. It's
The
good.
bottom. It's in the bottom 5
Yeah.
though.
Good job. Good
In
job.
the bottom 5.
Yeah.
Even what about the album with
It's so.
Skiba?
Those are bottom 5, dude.
Are they?
Sorry. I mean, they're fine. I like them, but
I liked California. I think I had California in. It might have been in my top. Might have been like 6 or something.
yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't know. California just had some cool melodies. I thought.
I think I had Enema, Neighborhoods. Nah, that was later on, but still like Mark, Tom, and Travis show,
Oh,
Dude
yeah.
Ranch, Dogs Eating Dogs, even though that's not really an
So
album.
good though. Pretty Little Girls
Yeah.
on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I played the drums along to the Mark, Tom, and Travis show more than any album.
I listened to that like through my whole senior year of high
Yeah.
school. That's all I listened to was that album.
I played it. I had AFI, The Art of Drowning, in my CD player all of senior year. But I would go home and play drums to the Mark, Tom, and Travis show. You know, but yeah, their later stuff, it's okay.
It's good.
I can respect that Travis produced the album, but I
The
don't.
new one?
Yeah, I don't really.
I could tell the difference though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It was,
Yeah,
the drums sounded
I mean,
sampled.
Jerry
All-
Finn.
they sounded all
yes, they
sampled.
was very sampled. Jerry Finn died, so
Yeah,
he couldn't.
I didn't know that.
It was a while ago. But that's why, So it had the Travis feel, but the drums were very,
Processed,
very
over-processed.
processed.
Yeah.
Super clean.
They didn't sound like real drums.
Is that bad?
For punk rock,
I kind of miss it.
yeah.
I like that raw sound. man.
Considering how much success they had doing it on every other album,
That's true.
you know?
It was just funny that I wonder if we really got into it, what I'd actually like ends up being the processed, and the stuff that he did is the actual less processed.
Right.
I could see myself falling for that, but
Yeah.
that's just how it comes across to me.
Here's a funny bill. You ready? You ready for a funny bill in the Utah legislature? They're done now, by the way. Thank God. The longest 45 days ever.
I didn't even know what happened.
They're in session for 45 days a year. Just ended. There's been a law on the books for 25 years that car dealerships can't be open on consecutive weekend days. So you can be open on Sunday as long as you weren't open on Saturday. Or you can be open on Saturday
Wait,
as long as
That was
you're open
it's
on
one of
Sunday.
those
this is
legacy
for-
Larry H. Miller.
for car dealerships, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It's one of
Yeah,
those
I've heard
Larry
about
H.
this.
Miller ones.
Yeah.
That
And
Can-
so there's a Democrat that proposed changing this law because she doesn't think the government needs to be telling private businesses, how to run their shop.
I think I agree with that.
I do too.
If you want to be open, it's your business.
Right.
It's your business.
Well,
Right.
did they still have the law where like Tesla can't come in because they're not? a
That's an even
dealership?
weirder law.
Is that still on there?
I think so. That one was that car manufacturers can't have their own dealerships.
yeah.
You have to go through another party
And you
because
know
of,
it's because
because of Miller and Garf and
Right.
Young.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those fuckers. Yeah. I mean, Riverdale Road. All it is Young.
right.
It's just Young dealerships the whole
There's
way
a
down.
Garf.
Tony DeVino.
Now there's a TD.
It's a TD, bro.
Tony DeVino, man.
Tony
Is
DeVino.
it
What do you
a-
call it?
Is it a
Tony
Toyota?
DeVino Toyota, bro.
TDT.
TDT.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
there you
needless
go. I
to
don't
say,
know.
because we live in a red state, it didn't even get out of committee. Oh, man.
Why? Because they wanted to
I wanna
keep that locked
know-
down.
Keep it locked down on Sunday, man. The church will freak out.
Real quick, can we go back to Blink?
Yeah.
I want to know what your top 5 were.
Oh, take off your pants and jacket.
But you as Enema, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Takeoff was still top 5, but it's low. It was just low.
Yeah. I think the next one was Enema of the State. Dude Ranch.
Well, I might have a picture of it. I think I sent you a picture.
I think I had the Mark, Tom, and Travis show in there. And
Which one is the Mark, Tom, and Travis show?
It's their
It's a
live album.
A live album.
Oh.
It's like a cartoon of them on the front, on the cover.
and
I'm just wondering because I just had ChatGPT give its opinion.
oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
what did it say?
Number 1, Enema of the State.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Number
Dude.
2, Take Off Your Pants and Your Jacket. Number 3, Blink 182.
That was in my top 5.
Definitely
too.
in the top
Yeah.
5. Yes, they're self-titled.
Number 4, Dude Ranch.
I
Number
concur.
5, 9.
No. Sorry. I like
Nine
it, but
was good, but not.
Number 6, Neighborhoods.
Neighborhood should be above 9.
Number 7, One More Time.
Should be lower.
lower.
8, California.
Should be higher.
9, Cheshire Cat.
Oh, I had Cheshire Cat
yeah.
in my top 5.
You really love the really old stuff.
Yes.
I like it, but
I had Cheshire Cat in my top
And
5.
Buddha?
I did not have
10.
Buddha. Buddha sucks.
10 is Buddha. And that's the
Buddha-
top 10 from
Buddha has a
ChatGPT.
lot of the exact same songs as Cheshire Cat. They just re-recorded them.
re-recorded and better.
Better.
See.
Buddha is pretty rough. And they had another one. What was that EP called? Fly Swatter
Yeah.
from like 1992.
I think
Yeah.
I took a picture of. I
Yeah.
wrote it down and sent it to you.
I
See
was
if saw the
7.
Picture.
Yeah. I was going to have Danny. We'll do Green Day next.
Okay.
And then maybe AFI.
Yeah.
But Green Day for sure.
Should we
I
do
know
it
Danny-
live?
I know Danny has some thoughts on Green Day.
I have thoughts on Green Day.
Well,
I just haven't paid
I think I know
attention.
your favorite album.
Oh.
Nimrod.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I knew.
Wow,
that.
dude.
Yeah, I know you. I know you.
I thought that was my guilty pleasure.
Nimrod.
Yeah.
It's probably not in mine, but it's also just
dude,
I
it's
don't
so
know why.
good.
It's just not an album that I gravitated to. I was more like Insomniac and
Dookie.
Dookie. Yeah, but
Do you want to hear ChatGPT's top 10?
no, we'll do it
Green
next
Day?
week.
All right.
Next week.
It'll be a new segment.
Yeah.
God, they have a lot of albums. It's still going.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know a lot of the newer ones. I kind of stopped paying
Yeah.
attention.
And they're
That's
really
okay, 'cause
good.
they're all at the end of this list.
They're really good though. Like Revolution.
Really?
Is
No.
it Revolution Radio? I think it's what it's called. It was the one after American Idiot.
Is that 20?
Oh, shoot, I just found it.
Trace, Savior. Anyway,
I have a
we'll
couple
do it
AI
later.
stories
Okay.
because we've talked a lot about AI. And
I gotta
Okay,
say
that's
that
only, that's the only topic.
I'm
for me.
becoming less scared of AI.
you shouldn't, based on these two stories.
I guess what I'm saying is I'm becoming less scared of it taking my job right away or in the short term because I'm seeing it more as a tool and how it's gonna. Anyway, go ahead.
The transition will suck.
Oh, for sure.
This
It's
is-
going to suck.
Associated Press. The next time you're due for a medical exam, you may get a call from someone like Anna, a friendly voice that can help you prepare for your appointment and answer any pressing questions you might have. With her calm, warm demeanor, Anna has been trained to put patients at ease, like many nurses across the U.S. But unlike them, she's also available to chat 24/7 in multiple languages, from Hindi to Haitian Creole. So
if I call at 2 a.m, Anna, are you still there?
you call
Anna, are you okay?
and you're like, am I supposed to
Are you
drink
okay,
all
Anna?
of this horse semen for my colonoscopy?
I remember that.
Or just half of it. It's going to be an AI. So basically, nurses are pushing back here because hospitals are employing this AI to reach out to patients who before nurses were calling.
Right. It seems a little dangerous
Are
to
you-
give medical advice via AI.
A little.
I mean,
but
the
this
first
is-
thing ChatGPT always said is, "Hey, talk to a doctor," but this is,
honestly, the next step to this, in my opinion, is primary care doctors.
I mean, it's gonna happen.
They're gonna.
So
what if Ethan loses his job before all of us?
I'm telling you, like, all it will take. Here's all it would take: one insurance company saying, "It only costs us like $5 to have this AI prescribe amoxicillin, but it costs us $125 to send that same patient to the doctor or do a telehealth visit."
Yeah, but how do you account for? I don't know, man.
I see
There's a
us-
lot to
yeah.
account for in that. Like,
Break it down. Tell me.
well,
So even
Okay,
if it
so
can do better, which
if I'm,
eventually
like,
it will,
trying to score Oxy, is the AI going to be able to not, or
nah.
No, no,
You
they'll
can't- you
they'll have
can't.
the same. They'll have the same criteria that we use.
but you can't fool it.
Yeah, they'll have the same criteria. In fact, Ethan was just telling us a story the other day about a patient who came to him asking for benzos for back pain.
That's true.
And he said no. So they'll score it the same way. They'll train the AI. So this, you read the hospital and their reasoning is because nobody answers their phone anymore except for a tiny window after dinner and before they put the kids to bed.
Right.
So in order to process all the patients that might be coming in for surgery the next day, we need to call them all in that like 90-minute window. AI can do it,
Interesting.
right? AI can make 20,000 calls a minute. Like, it doesn't matter, So Hippocratic AI is the name of this company.
Ooh.
Initially, this is what I'm talking about. Initially promoted a rate of $9 an hour for its AI assistant, compared with about $40 an hour for an RN. It has since dropped that language because they were being a little too transparent about what they were really trying to do, which
Right.
is, this is a lot cheaper.
Interesting.
So it's made its way to healthcare. I'm just saying.
So
a
is-
primary care doctor's brain is just a ton of information to identify many different issues
Right.
that could be going on with the patient and deciding whether or not I'm going to prescribe something now or refer them out to a specialist. AI can do that in a
So-
heartbeat.
My
Is this-
psychiatrist was using AI to take notes.
We just wear this microphone
No,
for
she
this
set
session.
down her iPad. She asked me if it was okay, and I was like, "Yeah, sure." And she set it down, and it took notes, and
Yeah.
then it's gonna like
I thought
break
it was
it all
like
down.
she's typing the prompt. Listen to this patient for the next hour and tell me what I should
Maybe that
diagnose
is-
him with.
Maybe that's why her responses when we're like,
So so is that a story supposed to scare me? That was you're going for?
I mean,
Because there's way scarier stuff.
it's not supposed to scare you in terms of like it's gonna hurt you, but
Yeah.
we will see massive unemployment when they start laying off all the nurses.
Right. But I think it's going to happen. So, in my opinion, I think we're going to get way more comfortable with, like, factories and labor jobs and, like, administrative jobs before medical-related stuff.
I don't know. We
So-
got to create robots first.
Well, but I think
know?
that's why I brought the administrative stuff
Oh,
into
yeah,
because,
yeah.
like, my job is going to be gone
Yeah.
sooner than any other medical job. Just because I think us as a society, we won't be comfortable with that for a while. But eventually, it's all going. If you just
Yeah, it's all going to go.
it's scary up front, but inevitably, all of it's going. And
Yeah.
so, what's scarier is, what do we think about like a post-labor, post-scarcity society? That's when it starts getting scary, and the transition from us to that, like
It's
it's going to
gonna
be a
be rough.
tough transition
It's
because
gonna
like
be
how
rough.
long before, how many people have to get, what's the critical mass between people start losing jobs to the point where it's so painful? Like, okay, we have to start,
I don't know.
whether it's UBI or something like it.
I don't know. I don't know how. Looking at our current, and I don't just mean Republicans, but just looking at our current government,
Yeah.
I think we could get to like 50% unemployment before they would be like, well, I mean, fuck,
Got to do something.
maybe we should start a war.
Well, will we have reached post scarcity at that point though? Where will our technology have got to the point where everyone can get everything they need whenever they want?
Not for free.
Well, so
You got to convince the capitalists to not be capitalists
so
anymore.
there's a point where people are just going to start dying, right?
Yeah,
And how many people have to die before?
a lot.
You think so?
Yeah,
It's
I
so,
do.
This is why I'm like, do we have a think tank in the government
No, man.
dedicated, or a couple
Not this-
dedicated to this,
Oh, man.
the
Not this
transition?
administration.
Because if
Our-
not, that's the biggest
Our
oversight.
think
Doge
tank-
just cut it.
Our think tank right now is someone writing executive orders about paper straws and taking them
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
president in front of a camera
Right.
so that he can get his soundbite for the day because he does 3 crazy things a day. Mm-hmm. It makes, by the way,
Have you done your third crazy thing today yet?
it makes
Get on it.
It makes swallowing what happens every day a lot easier, and spitting it out if you know that it's 3 crazy things. But no, man,
Especially if
I
it
really
gets them
don't.
done by
In
early
fact-
morning.
In fact, I just read a book. I think I was telling you about it, about the Russian Revolution and how Lenin
Oh,
came to power. Right?
Uh-huh.
Lenin tried his entire life. Multiple times was he exiled, right? He tried his entire life to throw the Tsar out, right? To get the Tsar out, start a new government. The only time it worked was when World War I started
Yeah.
and Russians started starving to death. It's the only time. Nothing he did before that worked. And it was a lot of Russians.
Right.
A lot of Russians had to die before they finally said, maybe this fucking Lenin guy, maybe we should give
Yeah.
him a shot. You know?
Right.
And it just so happens that the Tsar was out of town.
Yeah.
Makes it a lot easier. I mean, they killed him when he got back. But
Yeah, but they're waiting for him.
they were waiting for him. But no, the point that it was very interesting reading that book and seeing how hard it was for him to do it.
Yeah.
Right? You hear about Lenin, you're like, that guy was a monster. Like
What about like Mao too?
I've never read about the Chinese
Oh,
Revolution,
dude,
so I don't know.
It's so jacked up.
But you have to convince people to be willing to die because other people are dying.
Right.
And America's not even close to that right now. And I'm not sure how many Americans would have to die before they start doing that. You know, before we start.
Well, so like the other thing is, okay, if we get to a post scarcity, like like Star Trek, right?
Yeah.
I saw you look over when I mentioned Star Trek.
Spencer just woke up.
wait, Star Trek.
Star Trek hockey?
But like, how long after we have achieved post scarcity will everybody be allowed to partake in the post scarcity? Because I feel like we've already reached it, but it's people are still like
There will be arbitrary.
manufacturing
Yeah.
scarcity, and like our whole society is built around scarcity.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure. Well, it's capitalism.
Right.
Right. You
But I mean,
gotta
even
create.
even like the non-capitalist
Yeah.
world is built on that.
Well,
like,
because even the
withholding,
non-capitalist world is still a little.
like haves and
the
have
people
not.
the people in power are still capitalist, right?
Right.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's why we pay our corn farmers to not farm, right? Just to keep prices okay.
Well, like we could feed everybody on the planet, but we don't.
no, yeah.
you know.
Why would we? Got to make money. Here's another AI story. This one's kind of funny though. You've heard of Musk's chatbot Grok?
Yep.
This is a two-parter. It's like his favorite chatbot. I don't know if he created it.
Well, it's from X. It's X.
Is it an X one?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know much
I'm
about
pretty
it
sure.
other than this headline from The Independent in the story. His own Grok chatbot declares Democrats better for the economy than Republicans. And it laid out all of this data. Since World War II, Democrats have outperformed Republicans on the economy. GDP growth average is 4.23% under Dems versus 2.36% under GOP. Job creation, 1.7% yearly for Dems, 1.0% for Republicans. Also, 9 of the last 10 recessions started under Republican presidents. And then on top of that, there was another one. Oh, someone had it analyze Trump's State of the Union.
Mm-hmm.
It said, on a scale from 1 to 100, 75 to 85% likelihood that the person who gave that speech was a Russian asset.
Serious?
This is Musk's AI.
How did it get out? Did Musk release it, or how did?
Oh, someone tweeted it.
Oh man!
Someone tweeted it because they just logged on and asked it, which it looks like the way this works is you tweet questions to it and it tweets the answers back. So if I'm looking at this right, I don't know. I've never used it.
It's not like the Chinese one where it filters what the responses are.
Well, so that's funny. Is in the same
Patrick.
article it talks about how Grok has been accused
Mm-hmm.
of filtering negative responses about Trump and Musk, but then these two
it slipped through
slipped through. Yeah,
because it
I
didn't
just-
mention the name. It was just whoever's
Yeah.
saying that.
Whoever's saying that is definitely a Russian asset, like 85% sure. Right? Yeah.
Gosh.
Awesome. Sports.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Jazz earlier.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
I don't think that hockey is better than basketball necessarily.
All right.
You said it was funner. I've been to both.
You think hockey's funner?
I enjoy watching hockey much more than basketball. Here's the thing with basketball is you score so much that it's like, okay, you scored. Congratulations.
This is an analogy for his life.
That's true. But hockey, you score just enough
You got to live up that one score.
that it's exciting.
score
And it's not
becomes-
like soccer where you never score ever and it's boring and on grass.
See,
Hockey-
that
hockey on grass.
That makes no sense to me. And I think we've talked about this before. The love for soccer and hate on hockey and vice versa. It just doesn't make any sense.
If they put soccer on the size of a hockey rink, it would be way more entertaining. Have you know how big a soccer field is?
Well,
it's massive.
It took a puck.
It's like two
as long as it
football
took a ball
fields.
to get down to the other end of the ice rink.
yeah,
whatever,
really
the
heavy
ice,
puck.
Then it would take a long time.
No, listen.
I'm with you. The soccer thing. Yeah,
I think
it's
I
fun.
said before that if you had never watched hockey and you walked in on a game, you'd be like, "There's
And
no
you-
fucking way they're going to score. There's no way. Look at
I
how
know,
tiny the
I
net
know,
is.
but
Right.
they
Look
do.
at the guys
that
got
goes bigger than the
yeah.
net.
And if you walked in on a soccer match that you'd never seen,
There's
you'd be
no
like,
way they're not going to
this
score.
is the easiest game in the world. Look how big the net is.
The guy never stops anything.
Anyway, the Jazz got fined $100,000
Oh yeah, I heard
That's
about
nothing,
this.
dude.
for
Today,
resting
Nothing.
Markkinen because they're tanking on purpose. And
Oh, the Spurs have never done that.
the Spurs are what caused it. They changed the
Is that
rule
because of the Spurs?
Yes, they changed the rule last year because of the Spurs, and so they got hit with a $100,000 fine. And I just think the NBA, this is not the
Should
way.
be your call.
It's just not
your
the way.
lineup.
It's not the way to change
It's
it.
not free America
This is not the way to change it, though.
Okay.
If you, I half agree with you, right?
because we got Canadian teams.
If you,
One.
if
Yeah.
they need to change the motivation, they need to get rid of the lottery.
Well, then how do you do the draft?
I don't know.
Because every other
I don't
sports
know.
league does the worst team gets first pick.
Yeah, I know, but this doesn't
The
work.
lottery kind
But
of
every-
makes sense because
Maybe they
that-
should.
that
They should
way
do
you-
like the 5th worst team.
There's,
right.
there's no way to do it good. There's no way to do it good.
it's
they-
either
They
the
either
lottery.
they either have to step up these fines huge, right?
Yeah.
Because how much is a first round draft pick worth?
A couple million.
Yeah, worth way more than
What is a
100,000.
minimum, like 3 million?
I mean, that's just their contract, though.
Yeah.
How much are they worth? Like, how much is a Donovan
how much
Mitchell
are they
bring to a
paying?
franchise?
Yeah. How much
right?
are they paying and earning?
I
Yeah.
think the lottery might be the best way to go because even if you tank every game, you still
But then just
you
like,
still might not get that first round.
but just
Like, or that
but-
first that
That's
number
true.
1 pick.
That's true.
Otherwise, you could literally tank every game and be the worst team and get the first round pick.
They have tried to offset it with the lottery, but I just think that there's got to be a different method that keeps the league competitive throughout the season.
Well, a rich, successful team will come and get your first round pick from you.
Well, and
anyways,
that brings up another
all the freaking
that
money.
brings up another issue, which is they've still
you can
never
trade that. You should never be able to trade it.
Yeah, no sport has ever addressed. That's a great idea, though.
Yeah.
That's a great fucking idea.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
No team's ever addressed the
I should be a
difference in
think tank.
the difference in markets, right? Like the Yankees versus the.
Boston.
I mean, Boston's still kind of big.
that's still a big market.
What's a small market baseball team?
Oakland, let's say Oakland Athletics or Las Vegas.
Like, isn't the Yankees' budget is like
the Yankees
ridiculous.
have the biggest payroll, but they have sucked for quite a while now.
Diamondbacks.
Yeah, that's probably a good one.
But it is a problem. Like, that's why the Lakers. There are certainly examples where it hasn't worked. Like
Brewers.
like the Knicks. The Knicks have never.
Brewers. Actually that's a perfect small market.
Yeah.
Milwaukee right there.
Milwaukee.
That'd
But
be
I-
like if
Brewers.
Utah had a team.
I've always thought that I've never understood why teams don't have. You have the exact same amount of players.
Mm-hmm.
You should have the exact same budget.
I agree.
And there's none
agree.
of this.
Oh, everything's be equal.
none of
Socialism.
This, none of this luxury tax.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Yeah,
you
you
gotta
pay
keep
whatever
it-
you want to.
You got to keep it. You got to keep it
Well,
competitive.
that's what the salary cap is, isn't it? I mean, does the NBA not have a salary cap? I can't remember.
Well, they do,
They
but
have
you pay
Yeah, that's
extra for
right.
going over it.
That's right. That's
So
right.
the Lakers can afford.
That's stupid.
that is stupid.
that is-
It just
and-
shouldn't be a thing.
And the teams with all the money can afford to attract all the best players. So it's just no parity
Right.
in the.
Well,
in the league.
That's what I'm saying.
And
They should
nobody
get rid of
wants
that.
to come
Yeah.
here because
You
we
know?
live in a racist state.
That too.
So I mean, think
Although
about all our good
Although
players.
a
have
lot
been
of
white.
players play. They go to Boston. Like
Well, that's
Are they
true. But
they're
there,
Boston
racist?
is.
at least there is
renowned
you
for
know,
racism.
like black communities there. There's like none here.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, the Jazz are
Wow,
fine.
you got to turn it into that every time, don't you?
I'm not making that up. That's true.
It's uncomfortable for me.
It's the East Coast, man. There's
Yeah. I know.
there's way more people in general over there. Have you ever seen a map?
No,
No, man, no.
never
Yeah.
seen a map.
That's what I thought.
All right, let's take a break.
Educate myself.
Do random headlines.
Okay, let me remember how to
Get
do that.
educated.
When we come back, random headlines.
Interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you these random headlines.
Vocal Fry, brought to you by Vocal Fry.
What?
Random headlines.
You
Vocal
know,
Fry.
We were just talking about Wendy's, okay? And I wanted
Actually, we were
Mendy's.
talking about Mendy's.
Mendy's, fine. Wendy's, though. So, a couple of things here that this. Just right about the time I start making good money, the economy is like, I think again. Because everything is so expensive now.
$5
A
biggie
number
bag, bro.
one at Wendy's cost me $17.
Yeah.
Got to get the $5 biggie bag. where it's at.
$17.
Did you get a raise? I
Just
don't
got to
know.
do it
about?
right. You just got to do it right.
No, but 5 years ago, I would have been making good money. Eggs are $7. I went to Outback
Fucking
and got
eggs, man.
2 entrees and a bloomin' onion, and it was $100.
Did you get drinks?
You serious?
No, just soda.
Well, that's what I meant.
I'm sure,
Soda.
but
They're like this.
still.
This soda's like $4 a pop now.
Yeah,
in
it
a
used to be
restaurant.
like not
$4 a soda.
Huh?
No, that was
Oh,
the
$4
pop,
a
the pop
pop?
soda thing.
$4 a pop.
I meant
You
know what I
There's a
meant.
thing. There's a thing.
soda pop. That's true. I think I call it soda.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I hate it. when
Some people call it pop.
I think that's
but
an
what I
Idaho
meant was
thing.
$4
a
a pop.
pop.
A time.
Dude, I think it was overnight. I all of a sudden became lower middle class.
For real though.
I can't afford anything. And then my kid got diabetes.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
And no, it's okay. We're working
it's
it
really
out.
not though.
but it was-
Insulin's expensive.
It is.
No, but like one day I was like, oh, I can afford things. I can do things. Not living large, and then all of a sudden, nope, I afford nothing.
Yeah, that's seriously how it's felt lately. Like I don't know what's going on.
It's been like a year for me.
It's a boner, man.
Freaking-
It's a boner.
freaking,
Bummer, man.
It's a boner.
Thank you, Obama,
I don't know.
Trump. Biden, I don't know.
I mean,
Whoever's
we're-
fault it is.
we're-
Happened during Trump. Happened during Biden, so it's obviously his fault.
I mean, it actually
For sure.
started when COVID started,
That's
didn't
also
hit
true.
me.
March of 2020.
I haven't got COVID till right now.
You got it. You just
I'm
got
just
it.
joking.
I
We brought it in from the cats.
I mean, we're headed towards. I mean, we're going into a recession, right?
The end of the world?
I think it's already here.
It's already here. Like, it's just gonna get worse, though. You know, I mean, my company, we're about to implement a line item on invoices for our customers. It's a
Tariffs.
tariff.
Yeah, we're
Good.
about to send a
I'm
letter
glad.
out
I'm
to
glad
all
that
of
they
our
know
customers.
that they're
Yeah.
sending that out to everyone that voted for
Listen,
Trump. And
no one that does business in the business world thinks that tariffs work the Trump way. Everybody fucking knows.
well, then who voted for
You know,
him?
I for one am willing to take one in the shorts for,
who
for
voted
Trump.
for him? If
Trump's
all these
tariffs.
people,
Well,
do
he-
you know anyone that voted for Trump?
was he
I'm happy to do it.
Was he
okay?
promoting-
I'm happy to take a hit.
was he promoting tariffs before the election?
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
he
been
was.
terrorist
I mean, he's done
forever.
everything
That's
he
true, he
promised
did.
to.
It's true,
So
he did.
you know, give him that.
Except for build the wall.
Doesn't have to. They'll build it.
All
Are
right,
we still on that?
we got to. You know what?
What about the cats?
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program
gotta do
to
random headlines.
these
Okay.
random headlines.
I played the music.
Anyway, so I was talking to Trump.
Police officer steps in when an alligator blocks pizza delivery in Florida. A Florida police officer ended up delivering a pizza to a resident's back door. Oh, sorry.
Wow,
this is the wrong
dude,
kind of.
come on.
Ooh.
After the
gators
delivery
and back
driver arrived to find a 8-foot alligator in the driveway.
You got a fucking gator up there?
The Bradenton Police Department shared body camera footage on social media showing the scene that unfolded when an officer was called about a large alligator in the neighborhood. This has to be written by AI.
It's the one body cam footage they didn't lose.
Oh, whoops! It was still
He's
turned
green.
on.
It's okay.
Check this out, man. He's got a fucking gator up his ass.
The officer located the alligator underneath the resident's car in their driveway and was awaiting a Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission trapper when someone else arrived, a pizza delivery driver.
Wait a second. There was a cop there already?
Yeah, I guess. Responding
Yeah,
to
'cause
the,
it's green, not
the
black.
officer.
Cop totally pussed out? Paid the pizza
The
delivery
officer
idea?
stopped the driver, alerting her to the alligator between her and the customer. This is so dramatic.
Yeah.
This needs like Captain Kirk's voice or what Radio Rescue 911.
Stop! There's a gator.
The officer stopped the driver, alerting her to the alligator between her and the
No, no, no.
customer's front door.
It's
What
the
are you gonna
world's
do?
wildest chases guy.
yeah,
for
that's
sure.
You're right.
This gator had another thing coming.
That's it. After a brief discussion, the officer agreed to take the pizza to the customer's back door.
and he delivered it to
swear
her.
I saw-
It's because of the gator.
I saw porn like just
Because
just
of the
the other
gator,
day.
man.
Hey, I'd like to put your pizza in the back door, but there's a 6-foot alligator here, fully erect. Anyway,
That gator did not let it get hot and ready.
the story goes on, and basically the police officer delivered the pizza.
Stepped
and,
over the gator.
Stepped over the gator. There is body camera footage.
Jumped the gator.
Then shot the driver.
Is it in the daytime? What would it be like to live in Gatorland, man?
crazy.
Shout out to all the Floridians, but
yeah. Crazy.
frick.
Or Louisianans.
Yeah.
Louisianians?
Louisianians.
Stop. There's an alligator
Oh, it's like
underneath that car right there.
It's like a DoorDash driver.
Oh, the cop was not very.
Cop was a dick.
Stop!
Stop.
Stop it.
Stop.
There's an alligator.
Stop
You
pulling
dumb-
that weapon! Stop pulling the weapon!
I'm just trying to
Yeah,
deliver
stop
this
resisting.
MFP.
Oh, is my camera on? Never mind.
All right, this one's from Associated Press. A large balloon used by U.S. Customs and Borders Protection for surveillance along the Texas
From
border
China. It's from China.
broke free and traveled about 600 miles to the north before crashing as high winds swept through the state, officials said.
Can a balloon crash?
I don't know. Why don't you ask the Hindenburg people?
Is that a balloon?
As a blimp.
Yeah.
Kinda.
It's a hot air blimp.
On
Otter
Monday
blimp.
afternoon,
Comical.
the Aerosat system broke free from its tether during a severe wind event on South Padre Island, and contact was lost, U.S. Customs and Border Protection said. The agency said it was located the next day in Hunt County, about 30 miles east of Dallas.
Weren't we just
South
talking about
Bad
how
Island?
primitive our technology is?
Right.
We're using fucking balloons
Yeah, I know.
To surveil.
to surveil Yeah, like a
And to
yeah,
spy on
webcam
all
All
on
the
there.
countries.
neighbors were over there.
Stick an
Nobody
iPhone.
knew what it was. Then he said officials began arriving. I was like, oh, okay. It's just a tarp or anything. He said, that's something. I'll tell you what. Anyway, it's this balloon.
Someone looked in the
Went
sky and said,
like
"Oh, it's just a tarp."
Yeah, seriously.
It's a floating tarp.
I just thought, I don't know why I think
Got
this is
blown
funny,
up.
but it just blew all the way to Dallas and crashed in somebody's yard. I mean, can you imagine? You're just sitting and you're like,
Got a
that's-
Chinese balloon.
what is that?
Yeah.
What is that? Is that going to land on my
What
house?
they left out was all the aliens who escaped and ran into,
Weather balloons, man.
ran
The
into
weather balloon
Dallas
was
area.
full of little green aliens.
No, not
The
little
grays.
grays, like illegal aliens.
Oh, those.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought you were talking about space.
No.
aliens.
Well, whatever happened to the aliens, Trump? When are we going to find out about that?
They released the report.
Oh, about the drones?
The drones.
No, what about the other stuff?
Oh yeah, he was
The
gonna,
UAP stuff. That just.
But you heard about the drones.
Yeah,
he
it
just
just-
said they were all an experiment.
Yeah.
like an FAA experiment.
FAA approved them
For
all.
some reason,
For
the
some
Biden
reason, no one told
administration
anyone.
didn't want to tell anybody.
Even though we were all freaking out.
It's a distraction, man.
Yeah.
I started believing fifth dimensions and stuff.
Oh, there are fifth dimensions.
I know,
But-
but
There are 6
for the wrong. I don't want to
Please.
believe in it for the wrong reason.
There's dimensions we don't even know about.
for the wrong reason.
All right, this is in Germany. A German city broke a Guinness World Record
Of course they did.
when it hosted a parade that featured
High kicks.
900 Nazi dogs. Not just joking.
Jesus.
900
Nazis.
dachshunds or more. Regensburg, home of the dachshund-themed Dackel Museum, hosted the world's largest dachshund
Dotson,
Do-
like the car.
dachshund
Oh, gotcha.
dog walk when the Dackel Parade featured at least 897 wiener dogs walking with their owners. Some counts indicate
parades in
the
Germany still
number
just
may have been as
getting-
high as 1,175, but Guinness set the world record at 897.
They've watered down their parades since the 40s.
I mean, you can't do. If you can't get credit for a freaking toilet,
Look at this
Toilet
bold,
show.
this bold statement here.
call back to your show, by the
Seppi
way.
Kuhlbeck, who founded the Dackel Museum with his husband, Oliver Storrs, said the parade was aimed at bringing some positive energy to the community because, quote, the dachshund isn't political.
Whoa, what? What
I
is?
don't know about that.
Wait, are there dogs that are political?
Well, I mean,
German
I
shepherds?
think if any dog that's from German is political. I
From
mean,
German.
from
German?
Germany,
Yeah.
the Deutschland.
The German Shepherd, the German short-haired pointer.
For the dachshund, all people are equal, regardless of skin color or where they come from. I don't know. I've seen some pretty
The
racist
Aryan-
dachshund.
the Aryan snuffle
Brent,
shout.
Brent used to have a dachshund that was straight up a jerk,
Yeah.
and he
I
was
remember
racist.
that dog.
He
I
was
remember that dog.
racist. No, I don't know.
You know, I saw a story of you were asking me if the swastika is illegal.
Yeah.
You're right, not in the States, but the
Are you sure, man?
yeah, you can't. It's the First Amendment.
All right.
But in Poland, in Germany, it is illegal.
Mhm.
I can't remember. I think it was. I want to say it was an Israeli kid on a field trip to Auschwitz. Oh no! Did a Sieg Heil in Poland at Auschwitz,
Yeah.
and they arrested him.
Oh, jeez, dude.
Yeah, like apparently
Come on,
you,
man.
you can get like
It's
a
a
year,
kid.
like a year in prison or something.
Wait, like how
Kids
old
do
of a
stupid
kid?
stuff, man. Come on.
I have no idea. I just
Can
glanced.
we
at
get Elon to do it over there?
Enough to be bussed to a field trip. Young enough.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. I swear it said he was Israeli, which is even weirder.
Yeah.
Right? But you're right. He was probably just fucking
Messing
around.
around,
But I mean,
dude.
you're at Auschwitz though, man. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, kids, dude. It's kids.
Kids are
Little
stupid.
boys.
I've seen Danny's kid do a Zig Heil
At
all the
Auschwitz.
time. Yeah, it was
He does
weird.
kind of have a Hitler Youth haircut right
yeah.
now.
Yeah,
So
I know. What is
sorry, Will.
on the rundown to go back 10 years?
Oh, that was just. I was gonna
Is that
talk.
worth talking about?
I mean, if you want, I was gonna ask you guys. You know, Ethan asked us the other night if you could go back 10 years.
Oh, that was a hard question.
What would you tell yourself?
But the harder question in that is, what would you tell yourself so you knew it was you? And
That's true.
it
Right,
has
it's
to
the
be
harder
something-
question, but it's not the substantive question.
I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
The substantive question is assuming you could prove it was you. talking to yourself.
Not by looking at you.
Assassinate.
Why did we have to say we had to prove? What was the context? Because couldn't you just look at yourself and be like, yeah, that's me?
Yeah, but there's
Like,
AI.
Look at this freckle on my dick.
I know
It's me,
about the
I swear.
mole.
Yeah, there's some.
I know that you finger your bunghole.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. That.
How the fuck do you know that?
I know, right?
Anyway, would you tell yourself to stop doing that, or like
Is that what?
because
okay.
of the rash?
Is that the
or-
one thing you would tell yourself?
Well,
going
see,
back?
we all struggled with it, but we all had varying. And Bryan, being the altruist that he is, would like want to do something for the world. But me and Ethan were like, I don't know, man. I think I just say invest in Bitcoin or Apple or something.
Yeah, it's already too late.
That's true.
Like, would you
You gotta go back 20 years for that.
really? I
Not
mean, the
Bitcoin.
crux of this
Yeah.
question is, what do you regret? What regrets do you have?
Staying at the
mean,
place of employment for too long.
10
that
years
was at
wasn't
that
even
time.
that long ago.
I know.
I was halfway
it's
through
upsetting.
Trump had announced his candidacy.
my. Of course, you're gonna make it about Trump, dude. Frick, dude.
It's gone by fast. Is my point, Danny? It's gone by really fast.
There isn't like much I could tell myself.
2017 is when I entered the Bermuda Triangle of life.
What's that?
Everything from 2017 to
Oh, you're
Now
saying
it's like
that's
the-
oh, it's all blurred.
yeah, just
yeah,
like
it's all
I don't
blended.
even-
Yeah.
But I
see
think that's
that.
because I'm a.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I ended up telling you guys that if it was just me, like giving myself advice, it was like, don't refinance your house.
Right.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple, but yeah, this could save a lot of money.
Yeah.
I still think I'd say buy all the Bitcoin you can when it's low, and then sell it all before anyone ruins it.
Right before it tanks. Oh, it just went up because of the. What did he say? He said something about. Trump said he wanted to make it the currency, or like he.
Did he
wanted to-
really?
He wanted to look into.
That's
it.
what I'm worried. That's what I'm most worried.
It
That he's
spiked
trying to
because
take
of
the
it.
economy so that
Yeah.
they can use Trump's coin.
Well, central banks are already starting to talk about
So I mean, it's just a matter
implementing.
of time. But it
Stock up on toilet paper.
the only thing that matters. Let's back to the same thing. Like, an economy only works if all the people
Buy into the illusion.
Right. Agree. Agree that a dollar's a dollar. There's a really fascinating episode of Planet Money that talks about when Brazil's economy collapsed and how it was because all the people just stopped. They stopped believing that. I
Santa
can't
Claus?
remember what the name of their currency is, but essentially stopped believing that the dollar's worth a dollar. And
So does that mean if I believe hard enough that my dollar can be $100? Worth $100?
Power of belief, man.
And if I go to the grocery
It's the
store, I'm like,
secret.
I believe this is worth $100.
yeah,
What do you believe?
You can't tell me it's not.
can't prove a negative. Oh, that's good.
Anyway,
There was something else. What were you?
How about
gonna-
the cats,
oh,
man?
The cats.
what about the
I pulled up
cats?
to your house today.
It's a
There were a lot of cats out
fucking.
front,
I don't even know.
and I could tell that you've been promoting the cat.
I don't even know what a
fascist
group of cats is
cats.
called. Like, it's called a
Oh,
meow.
I heard about it
pussy.
the other day. What was it? A what?
Nothing.
Group of cats.
collective.
Here, I got it.
It's like a
What's a group?
A meow mix.
It's called.
pod of kittens.
It is a collective.
You guys want to
Really?
see some kittens?
Yeah.
It really is.
Or a clouder. It's multiple. I
Clouder.
see many.
A cloud of kitten? Cloud of cats?
I can bring
Anyways.
you want a kitten?
No.
Do
But
you want a kitten?
so you
I'm
have-
being serious. I have 3 kittens. I
You
can
don't.
get-
I definitely do not.
Do you
I
want
got
a
nothing
kitten?
wrong
No.
with kittens.
I've got
but,
one that looks just like your cat.
I don't need another one.
So you got a room full of birds here,
I do.
and then you got a yard full of kittens.
It's
And
not
Never
my
the
fault.
two,
And a crawl space full of mice.
the two.
No. No,
Twain
because the
shall
cats,
never-
I pay the cats to take care of the mice,
Except the cats can't get down there.
but there's no mice. I have seen no mice in over a year, except for the dead ones they keep leaving on my front door.
Hiding.
So you got a thing that can never overlap. These two things of your life can never merge.
No, the cats have been known to come in here and watch the birds.
That's
What
weird.
if they get in that room, man?
Yeah.
They don't.
You seen Tom and Jerry?
Yeah.
No, it's a mouse.
It's a dick
And a cat.
It's, Tom,
One of
Dick,
them was
and Harry.
cat.
Yeah. Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Yeah, no,
Are you talking
Yeah,
about?
you
Are you talking about
gotta-
that? I thought I saw a pooty cat,
Tweety Bird.
that's Tweety,
Tweety bird, and the
Yeah.
other dude.
Get your cat and bird scenarios correct before you bring this
Okay.
in the argument.
Yeah. I didn't
just
know I
like-
was gonna bring this up.
Where's when's it gonna end?
I don't know.
How did
They're-
this happen?
They're not my cats. I just feed them.
But
They're your
but
cats.
you're promoting a collective in your yard?
I don't know what
You know,
to do.
if you didn't feed them, they would.
Do you
leave.
do you like
But
cats?
they meow at me when I don't feed them, and it's sad.
No, they'll leave.
Yeah, let's go.
They'll go find food.
They're gonna get run over.
No, you don't think they
It's
are.
My
going
favorite
the
one
road?
got
life,
ran
man.
You think
over a
they
few
just
weeks
stay here?
ago.
You did
Chaos
lose one?
theory.
Yeah, he got hit. His name was Tigertron. Now he's dead.
It's Darwin.
He's dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna die someday. Well, maybe not.
Maybe not.
AI will keep you alive.
No, but Spencer's got 30 fucking birds.
Got like
and-
25 now. Had some
And 25
deaths
cats
recently.
out in the yard and raccoons at night.
That's true.
So-
there are raccoons.
Is this like a compulsory thing?
It's
you
a
have?
problem. It's a problem.
I started by feeding Patches, the one white cat.
Mhm.
All right. Then
Told all
he
of his
brought
buddies.
around his sister, and Patches is neutered, so he's not the problem.
No, they don't do sister wives. They do, what's it called?
Patreon,
One woman, multiple men.
oh,
polygamy,
polygyny.
Polygyny. Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Polyandry.
Polyandry. That's it.
Mm.
Polygyny is
It's just polygamy.
well.
In
There
general.
is polygamy. If I remember
Polyandry,
right,
I think, is multiple of both.
I
don't know.
I can't remember.
We should know.
We should.
In this state, we should know these things.
Well, if I remember right, I think that polygamy,
Only practice polygamy in this state. Okay.
yeah,
polygyny.
I'm open to it. I mean, not me practicing it, but-
Polygamy is the broad one, just means multiple spouses. Polygyny is one man married to multiple women.
Right.
So Mormons are technically polygynous.
Polygyny, yeah.
Right. And then polyandry is multiple husbands.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
didn't know
So
that.
that's what cats are.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know what to do.
Does that happen in
I
your-
didn't mean for this to happen.
Get
All right.
the fuck
I
out of
didn't
here.
mean for
You
this
could have
to
stopped it.
happen.
You could have stopped it.
If you can't, you're as bad as MAGA. You can't even follow one logical thing to the next step. I wonder what would happen if I put a bucket of cat food in the middle of Ogden. I'm curious what would happen out in the open. I don't know.
So are they all your cats now?
They're not my cats. They're
Did they
community
belong to
cats.
other people? Or are
Yes,
they strays?
They belong to the lady down the street.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Are they strays? Like
They're
I haven't
strays.
They're
looked.
her cats. If you asked her, she'd
Are
say
they
that they're
wild
her
cats?
cats.
They're strays. Yeah.
It's community cats.
I'm pretty sure
We,
one of them's
we
a
were
bobcat.
state wildcats, dude.
One of them's a bobcat.
Ogden.
That buck.
Have you counted them?
I don't know because I don't know. There's not all the same ones come.
You gotta tag them.
Well, we are working on getting
Tag 'em
some
and
of
tag 'em,
them neutered and spayed and trapped and adopted and whatnot. Because
What if they actually belong to someone else already
Then
and they just come here to eat?
You nerded my fucking cat?
That was a show cat.
He's got papers and shit, man. What is your problem?
That's my income.
We're going to the cat show. I get it to now.
Tabbies.
Poor tabbies. Well, thanks for being here, everybody.
Just run its course, huh?
Oh, wait. My idea that I text you about.
Oh yeah.
Somehow, we're going to work this idea out. I want to have secret guests.
Mm-hmm.
Not as a surprise, not that kind of secret. I want people to come on the show
The mask.
with a mask. We
Grayed
don't know who
out.
they are. We can change their voice.
We don't even need to. We won't record them. They'll just be on
Yeah.
voice.
And I want them to speak their truth. And I think it would be kind of fascinating.
About what?
We have to disguise their
Anything.
voice somehow.
They could talk about how they, hate their husband or
You know, it'd be a little complicated though, because we'd have to change their voice, but their regular voice would still be coming through our microphones a tiny bit.
I don't
They
think
put him in
that's
another room.
I don't think that's as important.
With the silhouette.
I don't think I don't know if anybody would go to the lengths to scrub out the fake voice.
I would.
But
AI,
but you'd
man.
have to suspect it.
Yeah, I think that's my wife.
Like
I'm gonna-
this person's talking mad shit on me and I'm going to prove it. I just don't see that.
This story sounds an awful lot like me.
Yeah.
Do we know people that would do this?
Well, here's what we're going to do. ourtakepod@gmail.com.
After midnight.
Secrets. Ourtakepod@gmail.com. Hit
Gotta
me up.
do
If-
something to get
hit me
these
up.
ratings up. I mean, it's just
This is the
Gotta
rebrand.
watch movies, man.
This is
my
the
idea.
This is the rebrand. If you want to come on the show as a secret, disguised, not really in secret,
cognito.
right?
In disguised.
Incognito. Thank you. In disguised. And you can come talk about anything you want. You hate your spouse. You hate your job.
You're a secret
Maybe
Nazi?
you have a
A
you're
Nazi
a secret
tattoo?
Nazi. Yeah. If you want
You're a libertarian in a group of liberal friends.
Yeah, there you go.
know.
You have a libertarian in
Jake
a group of
Locklear, you can
liberal
come on.
friends. You can come on and say how you're really a liberal because everybody knows that you really are. Come on the show. I think it'd be fun. I actually want to just start.
And then
I just want to
after-
go out on the street.
After you've come on the show, we'll interview you.
Yeah.
We'll accidentally say your name.
Like, I'm
on the
thinking
way
I
out.
might take a little handheld mic and just go find people on the street and be like, what do you want to say to the world? Anything.
What's
at all.
something that you're holding in?
Yeah, what's
that
something?
you just
Kind of like, do you
eating
remember
you up?
the All American Rejects had a song called Dirty Little Secret?
Oh, yeah.
And they had that campaign where you could
Yeah.
write your secret and they put it in their song.
That's right. We could do
Similar
that.
to that.
I've got a recorder you can use.
I know.
Actually,
So-
just use your phone. It's just good.
That's true. Anyway,
I can't believe we didn't talk about the telepathy
Oh,
tapes
yeah.
tonight. Another time.
The what?
if you
Changed my life.
You know what? Listen to the telepathy tapes. It's a podcast. Listen to the telepathy
Promoting
tapes.
other podcasts, dude. It's messed up.
After you listen, well, it's at the end. It's at the end.
Okay.
Go listen to the telepathy tape podcast. It will. It does. It kind of changes your.
I mean, it kind of already was along in,
You were
in the
kind of
lines,
yeah.
but
It changes
Yeah.
your outlook.
but
for
it
sure.
gives you solid evidence.
It gives you
So-
evidence. Yes, it's fascinating. It
Yeah.
just Cliff Notes. It's about non-speaking autistics who can read minds and communicate via telepathy. It is fascinating.
I'm sorry. I was halfway asleep. Is this real?
It's
Yeah,
real.
100%.
What do you
it's-
mean they can read minds?
Listen to the show. I'm
They're
dead
coming out
serious.
with a documentary too this next year.
And everything that they talk about on the show, all the tests and experiments they did, are videotaped on YouTube with multiple camera angles.
That's all we're
crazy.
saying. We'll talk about it more later.
Just go listen to it. It'll change your life for sure. So, anyway, glad Danny was here. I'm okay that Spencer was here. ourtakepod@gmail.com. Hit me up if you want to do a secret recording. You can even make up a fake Gmail address to contact me.
That's true.
And you can wear a mask to the studio. We'll figure it out. It'll be fun. So,
Change your voice.
yeah. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok @the Artake Pod. You know, if you're ashamed of listening, just get over it and tell somebody.
Tell
So,
somebody.
For the
Just
Artake
one
Podcast,
person.
I am Brian.
I am Spencer, and Danny's here too.
I'm
so
Danny.
we'll see you next time.